Welcome to St. Conleth's Park, Newbridge, for the 2006 Under-21 final between Towers and Sarsfields. And without further ado, we'll run through the team, starting off with the men from Kildare. Round Towers, in goals for them James Skindrigan. Full backline, Jason Coogan, Sean Donnell and McDermott. The half backline, Mark Waters, Mark Whelan, Colin Farrell. The middle of the field for them, Mark Scanlon and Ken Whelan. Half forward then of Mark Cleary, Paddy Golden and Dean O'Rourke. Top of the right, Richie Scahill. Full forward, James Robinson. Top of the left, Stuart Murphy. And as they break away out onto the field comes Sarsfields from Newbridge, and their team in goals for them, Paddy O'Sullivan. The full backline, Ricky Deegan, Kieran Carey and John Kavanagh. Half backline, Tom Confrey, Rob Murphy, John Duggan. Middle of the field, Gary White and Rob Confrey. Half forward, Owen Sullivan, Alan Smith and Conor Walsh. Top of the right, John Geraghty. Full forward, Danny Watson. And top of the left, Keane Sweeney. Join us for the throw-in very shortly. Join him at midfield just before the start of the throw-in for this match. Referee with Derek McLaughlin from 2 Mile House. Just a little slight correction on one of the Kildare team. The number 4, the cornerback, McDermott de Puer. Sorry if I might have called it by a different name earlier on. So the midfielders getting to grips with each other. Ken Whelan and Gary White. Looks as if that's going to be the line-up there. And Rob Confrey will be picking up Mark Scanlon. So midfield battles as always crucial. Breaking ball around this area. McLaughlin throws in the ball. Game on. And Ken Whelan pulled to the ground there by Gary White. Looks as if it's going to be a free for Sarsfields. And the referee, instead of speaking to Gary White, seems to be speaking to Ken Whelan. Not too sure what that's for. And now it looks as if he's going to throw in the ball here. So a little bit of indecision on the part of the referee. So the throw in now between the two number 8, Scanlon and White. Ball up, and this time Mark Scanlon fouling Gary White exactly on the halfway line. So Sarsfields with the first chance to go on the attack. Ball off this side of the pitch to Rob Confrey. Rob Confrey, a low ball inside, which comes back out to himself. Good defending there by Mark Waters, but the ball goes across, picked up there by the centre half back Mark Whelan for Towers. Clears it out, left footed out towards the far side of the pitch, landing on the halfway line. Ball knocked on there by Paddy Golden. Onto Mark Cleary, I think it is. Back out now to Ken Whelan. Oh, Ken Whelan, a lovely little ball out towards the corner, trying to feed Richie Scahill. Richie turning inside onto the left foot. Richie kicks, and Richie sends it over the bar for the first score of this game. With just about a minute and a half played. Good ball inside there to Richie Scahill. He gets his first score of the game. A point from play with just about a minute and a half played in the first half. Both these teams very, very evenly matched by all accounts. And we look forward to what's going to be a very close game. The conditions perfect for football. Crossfield win, probably not favouring either of the teams. Good crowd gathered in the stand. I'd say something in the region of 1,500 or thereabouts. As Paddy O'Sullivan, the Sarsfields goalkeeper, comes up to kick this one left-footed from the 20-metre line. Not a great one from him, but picked up by Tom Confrey. Tom Confrey sending in left for the kick out to the far side. Picked up there, I think it is, by Owen Sullivan for Sarsfields. Owen Sullivan, a lot of left-footed players I've noticed so far in this game. One going down towards the end line, but Towers managing to clear their lines. Good strong defence, and Ken Whelan getting this ball back in his own 20-metre line, and right-footed clearance out towards the right wing, heading very, very closely to the sideline. This Dean O'Rourke. Ball coming across this side now to Mark Scanlon, but the ball broken away from him by Gary White. Picked up again by Dean O'Rourke. Dean O'Rourke, referee noticing a foul, giving the free against Mark Scanlon. Also having a word with the Sarsfields man. And is he going? Yes, looks as if he's going to throw it up again, and then once again it's between the two number 8s. Mark Scanlon breaks that ball down, but it comes to Rob Confrey. Now back to Rob Murphy. Rob Murphy left for the kick, trying to find a full forward, Danny Watson. Danny Watson fighting for all his worth for this ball. Looked as if he might have fouled his man there. So it will be a free out, I would say, more so than a line ball for Round Towers from their own 20-metre line. Again, a bit of a hold up here while we wait for this free to be taken. And looking around the pitch, Towers seem to have the edge and the physical stakes, shall we say. A lot of big men on this Round Towers team, as there was in their senior team this year, which was narrowly defeated by Moorfield in the county semi-final. But meanwhile, that was then, and this is now, and it's Sarsfields now trying to clear their lines. Out towards the far side, went very, very close indeed to the sideline. Comes back to John Duggan. Left for the kick, dangerous looking ball coming in, but the Towers defence holding firm there, and Jason Coogan gets the ball out. Ball coming out now towards the stand side of the pitch, crossing the halfway line, going very, very close indeed to the sideline, but picked up there by Dean O'Rourke for Round Towers. Chance now for Round Towers to go on the attack with Dean O'Rourke. Ball broken away from him by Tom Contry. Back to Dean O'Rourke again, and the foul coming in there, and one or two players facing up to each other. But you can see the height difference that I'm talking about in one or two positions at least. So this free out for Sarsfields, just about 30 metres out from their own goals, down along the same side of the pitch into Conor Walsh. Has been in the game quite a bit for Sarsfields in the opening moments of this game. One down towards the right corner, trying to find a full forward, Danny Watson. Watson gets it back to John Geraghty. John Geraghty punched, clears her attempt, comes back to Ken Whelan. Ken Whelan now, she's been the defensive of the two midfielders. Good work there by Towers, trying to get that ball out, and bursting his way through there is Mark Whelan. Mark Whelan gets the clearance away, landing, coming in very, very close to the Sarsfields 20 metre line, but the Sarsfields goalie Paddy O'Sullivan coming out, punching that ball clear, and a chance now for Ricky Deegan to clear his lines. Ricky now punch ball across, that could have been a dangerous ball, comes to John Duggan. Sarsfields playing that ball very, very short out of their own defence, back to Rob Murphy. Rob Murphy now, I think it's to Alan Smith. Alan Smith again trying to find that right corner, feeding this right corner quite a bit. Back to the full forward, Danny Watson. Chance now for Danny Watson, closely placed by Sean Donnell. Watson kicks the ball in, goes to the left of the post and goes wide. Score remains, as you see there. Round Towers 1 point, Sarsfields no score, with a little over 5 minutes played in this first half. So James Kindrigan, plenty of experience. James Kindrigan has it under 21 a minor level for Kildare. Went through a bit of a bad patch with injury, but great to see him back in the whole of his health, as it were. Ball out to the centre of the pitch, the breaking ball being won by Sarsfields. Foul being conceded, referee bringing the ball forward. Looks as if he's going to take no nonsense whatsoever today. So Gary White noted for his long range kicking, a chance for him to open his account and Sarsfields' account here in this match. This free, I would say, well, you could say it is exactly 45 metres, well, maybe 45 and a half metres out from the Towers goal. A good looking ball coming in from there from Gary White, and that's a great free from Gary White. Puts it right over the middle of the black spot to make the teams level at 1 point apiece. So just showing there that any frees given away anywhere within that 45 metre range could well be punished by Gary White, so Towers have got to be very, very mindful of this. James Kindrigan with the kick out from his own 20 metre line. That was going to cross the halfway line. Out across there towards Mark Cleary. Mark Cleary with the ball in his hand, punches the ball back. Low ball inside. Oh, the referee hitting off the referees. That'll be a hot ball again. So once again it's the Scanlon in a white show. Mark Scanlon breaks the ball away on this occasion. Try to get it across there to Mark Cleary, but the ball taken from him. Chance now for Sarsfields to clear their lines and build up an attack. Coming in there now to Mark Whelan again. Mark Whelan, a no-nonsense centre half back. Mark Whelan gets the ball now down along the same wing, trying to find Scattle, but the ball breaking away from him and from John Kavanagh. John Kavanagh gets the ball out to Gary White. Again, this short passing game from Sarsfields, trying to work the ball out to the set up area, as it were, out to John Duggan now. John Duggan, another short ball, and this seems to be the Sarsfields way, as it were. Ball punched out here now to the other midfielder, that's Rob Contry in the 45 metre line. Chance now for Sarsfields to go on the attack. Gets it inside to the full forward, Danny Watson. Again, it's going down towards this right corner. So John Geraghty this occasion, ball knocked away from him by McDarragh, the player. So a line ball for Sarsfields between the end line and the 13 metre line. Good ball coming right the way across. Chance for Sarsfields. Not too sure who that was in possession, but whoever it was, he overcarried the ball, so free out will be to Round Towers, about 24-25 metres out from their own goals. And I'm sure James Kindergan will probably come out and take this. Indeed he does. So James renowned for these long kick-outs. Let's see how far he'll drive this one. They tell me it's 1990 since Round Towers have won this Squires Gannon Memorial Trophy. It will cap a fine year for the club if they were to end up winning this, and I'm sure Sarsfields will have quite a bit to say about this. Alan Smith tried to burst his way through. Alan Smith, now will he throw this ball back to Gary White again? Another free, and again it's within that dangerous area. Gary stealing a yard or so, and you can be sure this one will be quite close again if he catches hold of it. Coming up to about 10 minutes played in the first half, and the score is level at 1 point apiece. So here comes Gary now, a grandson of the boiler, to tell me. That's a good looking ball again there from Gary, heading towards the post, going over the bar, and for the first time in this game, Sarsfields lead with 2 points from Gary White, both of them from frees. So Gary White certainly having his kicking boots on, and certainly one of the stars of the future for Kildare, one would hope, as they undergo their rebuilding policy under manager John Crofton. And speaking of managers, nice to see Alan Barry being involved there in managership of Sarsfields, and John Scanlon, manager of Round Towers, ably assisted by Glenn Ryan and Lenny Donlan. It's great to see players putting a little bit back into the underage ranks as the kick out comes from James Kindergan, crossing the half, and then it's good kicking out from Kindergan, breaking ball in the middle of the field, picked up there by Rob Murphy, and back to Gary White, and Sarsfields winning quite a bit of this breaking ball in the centre of the pitch. Quick free for Sarsfields, taken by Danny Watson. Danny Watson gets it inside to Conor Walsh. Conor Walsh got it to John Geraghty, but John Geraghty just losing control of the ball at the vital moment, and the ball coming out now to Ken Whelan, making his way up along this left touchline. Ken Whelan looks up, drives a long ball in, and a good ball it is. Looks like it's to Cian Sweeney. Cian loses the ball, but it comes back to Padraig Golden, the man they call Goldie. Goldie making his way into the 20 metre line, being close to the piece by Ricky Deegan. Gets the ball outside now to Mark Cleary. Mark Cleary looks up for the support, gets it inside to Mark Scanlon again. Mark Scanlon being fouled eventually and winning the free in. So the ball now out to Richie Scahill. And if Gary White is a nice free taker for Sarsfields, this man has a sweet kick also of the dead ball. And with a name like Scahill, it wouldn't surprise me if he was related to the one and only Desi. So a chance now for Richie Scahill to score his second point of this game. Well struck by Scahill, and straight over the bar. Size level, 2 points apiece with about little over maybe 12 minutes played in this first half, so very, very close indeed, as one would expect it to be between two such great sides. So Paddy O'Sullivan, the sun in his eyes, wearing the cap. Here comes Paddy now. This is a good kick out from Paddy, and again it's going to land out around the halfway line, straight into the hands of Ken Whelan. Ken Whelan now looks up, and again a nice little left footed kick, feeding it inside to Stuart Murphy. Stuart Murphy now looks up down to the right corner, trying to face Scahill all the time, but Sarsfields managing to clear their lines. Ball out to the far side to Chalky. Chalky gets it inside to the centre forward Alan Smith. Alan Smith now, chance for him. Punch ball inside to the number 12, Conor Walsh. Conor off the outside of the foot. Good looking ball from Conor Walsh, and that's a great point from Conor Walsh for Sarsfields to put them back into the lead again. Just over 14 minutes played in the first half, so halfway through the first half, and just a point between the sides. Sarsfields 3, Towers 2. Liam McLaughlin, also the under-21 manager, an interested spectator at this game. And we wish him well in the forthcoming campaign also, which starts around March, from what I know. Kick out again from Kindrigan out to the middle of the field. Sarsfields picking up the breaking ball with Conor Walsh. Conor Walsh now looking up for his options left and right. Chance for Sarsfields again. Ball out to the midfielder Rob Confrey. Rob now gets inside Whelan. Confrey tried to kick it off the outside of the boot, but not just coming around quite a bit, so that one gone out to the left of the post and gone wide. Score remains Sarsfields 3, Towers 2. Coming up to exactly halfway through the first half. So James Kindrigan placing this ball on the edge of the parallelogram, as the great Mick Holloway used to say. As Towers defended Kilcullen end of the St. Conda's Park. And we wonder how many more years will be coming here for under-21 finals. Great plans to move house to a new stadium, but it's nothing got to do with Mark Cleary. It won't concern him. Mark Cleary gets the ball across. Mark Whelan across to Ken Whelan. Ken Whelan drives a good ball in again. Ball knocked up in the air by Stuart Murphy. Stuart Murphy turns on the right foot, kicks it in, and just goes to the right of the post and wide. So Paddy O'Sullivan again. He'll take a good long run up to this kick out. Again, that's good kicking out from Paddy O'Sullivan, coming very close out to the halfway line. The breaking ball again, picked up by Sarsfields, picked up by John Duggan, I think it is on this occasion. Back to Tom Confrey, down along this right wing. And Sarsfields seem to be favouring the right wing in their attacks out to the full forward. Now Danny Watson, what can Danny Watson do here? Seems to be fouled by Sean Donnell. Good defending by Sean Donnell for Towers, and already the line ball taken out to the midfielder Ken Whelan. The pass going a little bit astray, but coming back to Dino Rourke. Dino Rourke seems to be knocked to the ground by Gary White, so it will be a free for round Towers. And one or two spectators in the stand behind me trying to offer their opinion. But as you rejoin us, it'll be Ken Whelan. We'll have this free for Towers. Ken now going down to the left corner, but picked up well inside, and Sarsfields now with a chance to clear their lines with their full back, Kieran Carey. Kieran Carey got the ball out to Rob Confrey, but Rob Confrey was fouled, so Sarsfields will have this free on their own 45 metre line. Gary White now, the quick ball. Oh, that was dangerous. That was dangerous, that tackle going in there on Alan Smith. And I think Mark Scanlon going to find his name in the referee's book for that. But Alan Smith seems to be okay, so Gary White. The first free was under 45, the second free was slightly further out, the third free is further out still. He elects to go down towards the left corner, but drawn on first time and put out over the sideline by Jason Coogan. No nonsense defending from Jason Coogan, so Sarsfields now with this line ball. It's out to Conor Walsh. Conor Walsh now making his way down long, coming over the 20 metre line, left with a kick from Conor Walsh, and just gone to the right of the post and gone wide. Score remains Sarsfields 3, Towers 2. Coming up to 19 minutes played in the first half. James Kindrigan now once again placing this ball ever so carefully on the edge of the square. We haven't had a score for a while. Kindrigan with the kick out. Again, kicking out from both goalkeepers. The breaking ball picked up again by Rob Confrey. And this area of the field be very, very vital indeed for either side. But it's now Mark Waters, a long ball inside. But good defending. It looks as if it's Tom Confrey for Round Towers, or for Sarsfields rather. Back to John Kavanagh. Free out being awarded by referee McLaughlin. A bit loose, but I think John Duggan is back there for Sarsfields. It wasn't John Duggan, actually, it was Rob Confrey being forced out over the line. So Mark Scanlon will take this free on the 45, landing in on the edge of the parallelogram. Back out again to Scahill on the left foot. Can he do it again? And Scahill puts it over the bar for his third point of this game. He's been Sarsfield's only scorer, he's been Round Towers' only scorer. So as you see there, draw match. 2 scorers for Sarsfields, Gary White and Conor Walsh. 1 scorer for Round Towers, Richie Scahill. But it doesn't matter who scores and once they go over, as they say. Kick out already taken from Paddy O'Sullivan, crosses the halfway line. Picked up there by the centre half back for Towers, Mark Whelan. Mark Whelan, fisted ball. Now a chance for Towers to go on the attack again. Back to Pádraig Golden. Towers on the attack, 45-metre line. Long ball coming in. Keeper comes out. Oh! Now that was an awkward challenge by the keeper. What is the referee going to do here? And he's pointing to say that it was a foot block. He's going to give a penalty to Round Towers. Now let's see. This could be a crucial point of this game. Scores not that easy to come by. Penalty for Round Towers, and Richie Scahill picking up that ball. He's going to place it on the spot. So it's Scahill versus O'Sullivan. A little over 20 minutes played in the first half. Could this be one of the crucial points of this match? So Richie Scahill, he's kicked 3 points so far. Can he make it 1-3 for himself and for Round Towers? He steps back 7 or 8 paces. See the great Domo from Kilcullen, the trainer of this under-21 team, coming off the pitch as well. I'm sure Domo wouldn't mind having a crack at this one himself. But it's Scahill. Scahill shoots. Oh, and that's a great goal. Paddy O'Sullivan went the right way, but just failed to get the fingertips to it. Richie Scahill puts it in the back of the onion sack. Towers 1-3. Sarsfields 3 points. And I wouldn't mind having a look at that again to see whether it was inside that big square or not. My first impression was that it might have been slightly outside it, but it's what the referee saw, it's what counts. He awarded a penalty. Richie Scahill duly dispatched it. So 3 points between the teams. With about 7 minutes or so to go to half time. Paddy O'Sullivan will take it out now. What can Sarsfields do here? Well, nothing at the moment, because it's Towers on the attack with Dean O'Rourke. Dean O'Rourke making his way to the 20-metre line. Punch ball inside to Scanlon. Scanlon gets the ball away again. Oh, and referee calling back to play. And it looks from where I was standing that he should have played the advantage. The ball came into that man there, James Robinson. James Robinson, I'm sure, felt he had to go at his mercy, but referee McLaughlin calling back to play, and a rather straightforward free here now for James Robinson. James kicks it right footed. James sends it over the bar to increase the Round Towers lead. (1-4) to 3 points translated into points. That's 7 points to 3, so 4 points between the sides. And Sarsfields won't want this one to drift away from them before half time. And then again, it was very, very even, suddenly turned on that penalty, and what could have been another goal. But referee again, as I say, calling back to play. But Towers, I'm sure, quite happy to get the free. Now a chance for them to go on the attack, and they could do with a score coming up to half time. Now it's with their number 12. That's Conor Walsh. Conor Walsh are turning inside. Conor, a low ball inside. Sarsfields need a score here. Out to Tom Confrey. Tom looks up, down into that right corner. Was it a foul there on John Garrity? Referee says no, so Round Towers were cleared their lines, and now he awards a free against the Towers defender for what he says was over carrying.
Didn't think he over-carried that.
And the panel of experts here behind me
that was a free, all right.
didn't think that was over carrying, but John Geraghty with a chance to reduce the gap with this free. John Geraghty kicks it. It's a good looking one from Geraghty. Sends it over the bar. To reduce the gap is now 1-4 to 4 points. So just that one crucial, vital goal between the sides. So James Kindrigan, he's taken nice and handy with these kick-outs. I'm sure Towers would be happy to go in at half-time 3 points ahead. And if Sarsfields could just get back another one, they'd be very, very happy to be going in just 2 points down. So let's see what happens in the last crucial few minutes of this first half. James Kindrigan with the kick-out. And Towers doing better around the midfield area in the last couple of minutes, but Tom Confield, who's playing well for Sarsfields, gets that ball away out towards the far side. Now this is the number 10, this is Ona Sullivan. What can Sullivan do here? Sends one down towards the left corner, trying to find John Geraghty, but just a little bit too much on it. As McDermott Dupere came back there also and just creeping out over the end line. So 1-4 to 4. As James Kindrigan comes to kick out again. Seems to be a foul on the Towers man in the middle of the pitch there, but Gary White picking up the ball again and being fouled. By Mark Waters, I think. Referee going back to have a chat. And what's he going? No, I think this is slightly ridiculous now for the referee. He should make up his mind one way or the other. I think all these hot balls. I once heard someone saying it's a sign of indecision on the part of the referee. But as Sarsfields come up the right end of this one now, looking to get back this lead of Towers back to 2 points, but they won't do that at the moment because Towers are going to clear the lines out to this corner back. McDermott Dupere won very, very close to the line. Chance for Towers still to go on the attack. That's Conor Walsh now. Gets it back. Danny Watson tried to get in there, get the boot in, but it comes out now to Mark Scanlon. Is it Mark Scanlon now, right-footed, landing about 45 metres out from the Towers goal, or from the Sarsfields goals. And Rob Murphy went down on that one very bravely, but illegally so. And I would certainly find that a little bit frustrating if I was a Sarsfields player. It could just as easily have been a free out as it was a free in. So once again, chance for Towers. And that ball put over the bar once again. I think it was by Richie Scahill. So now it's 1-5 to 4. The 4 point gap is there again. And we are in the dying couple of moments of this first half. So Sarsfields, as I say, will be very, very anxious indeed to try to make inroads into this Towers lead. Paddy O'Sullivan with the kick out. Rob Confield jumping very, very high there, but the ball breaking away from him. Ball and back to Gary White. Closely marked there by Mark Scanlon. That's good play, Mark Scanlon, but the ball knocked away again and turned to Pádraig Golden. Now Goldie making his way, gets past the attentions of Rob Murphy. Now Goldie's away, crossing the 45 metre line, still in possession. What will he do here? Rob Murphy in close attendance, but it's Goldie against Murphy. Goldie still in possession, gets the ball back to Scal, but referee, I think, saying that it might have been an illegal pass. So Sarsfields with a chance to launch another attack, but it's, I think it might be Mark Waters. Mark Waters decides to have a pop himself, and that one gone to the right of the post and gone wide. So Paddy O'Sullivan is looking up, was hoping to take the quick one there, but everyone being marked up.